So that was your fault.
That was my fault.
Okay,
That
so
was my fault.
I take back my statement about you being a good driver. Go ahead.
I'm Brittany.
And I'm Brandon. And welcome to episode 2 of Can We Get a Minute? Darling.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
All right.
You look good.
Thank you. You look good in that black.
You smell good. Give me your high and your low of the week so far.
My high, my parents was in town today. They
This
came
week.
down for a week this week. That's it today? This
Yeah.
week. They were in town this week. They left this morning, early this morning. They came, what day was that? Friday. Yep,
Last Friday, yeah.
And they left this morning, about 5 a.m. They
Okay.
should almost be home now. It was
No,
awesome to
not
have them.
almost.
Well,
Oh,
2
you know what?
hours ago-
Yeah.
2 hours ago, they were 5 hours away. So,
Yeah, it is almost. Wow, this day flew so far.
I know. So really happy to see them. My low, somebody hit me. Another car
Like
accident.
physically hit you
Hit
in
me,
the face?
A car accident.
Oh, okay.
Calm down. You know ain't nobody hit me. No, don't play that. But yeah, so 3 years in a row got into some type of car accident where somebody has come into oncoming traffic on me. Thank
So-
God it was minor.
So just to clarify it, none of these was your fault at all.
No.
Just to be 100%
Even though
sure.
you think they
I didn't.
are.
I didn't say that. Don't put that on me. I didn't say that. I'm just clarifying for our
'Cause you
people that none of it was your fault, so they don't think you're a bad. I don't want anyone to think you're a bad
I
driver.
said they came into oncoming traffic. So I didn't come into
And hit
oncoming traffic.
you.
Yeah, and hit me.
Not your fault.
No.
You're a great driver.
I'm all right. I didn't cause them though. but God is good because I guess that was like my low. Somebody hit me, but the high of my low. See what I did there?
Yeah.
The high of my low was that. What was it? A month ago?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's been a month yet. Several weeks ago, I was backing out of a parking garage, and my mirror, my driver's side mirror, got knocked off. Terrible.
So that was your fault.
That was my fault.
Okay.
That
So
was my fault.
I take back my statement about you being a good driver. Go ahead.
Anyway, so the mirror came off. So it's all taped up or whatever. And then I've been getting some estimates of like $500 or whatever, $400, all kind of different, amounts to get it fixed. And then somebody hits me the other day. It was very minor. You can barely see it, but I wanted something for it. You know what I mean? You're not going to hit me and think you're not going to pay something for it.
And they didn't want to go the insurance route.
Well, neither did I, right? So he's like, oh, tell me how much, and I'll Venmo you. And I was like, all right, cool. Gave him amount, gave
And he
him
sent
my amount, and he sent it. So now that money will be for my mirror. Look at God.
Blessing.
I know.
So 2 highs.
2 highs.
One high came from the low.
Oh, the low.
Look at you.
What is your high and low for the week?
I don't even know. My high would be that we started this finally.
Oh, I know.
We finally started. Can we get a minute?
Why do you say finally? 'Cause it's been a little bit.
Yeah, it's been a little while. That's my high. Well, I guess I should do my low first and then go. Oh, but this was great.
Right. If you want.
I don't think I have too many bad lows. I'm a very positive person, so I really don't have too many lows. I have a low.
What?
A small little friend of mine has returned. A small little black friend of mine has returned. All black friend of mine. And although it's great to have my little friend around, my little friend is very protective of this young lady to my right. So I can't really touch her too much, like hug her or kiss her or anything like that, because my little friend gets jealous and he gets in the middle of it, and it's kind of annoying. So that would be my low.
That's your low.
That's
my
my low.
son is now back home with his mama, and that's your low.
How you know I was talking about Diego?
Because I know you were. Diego is my son.
Her dog.
My son.
Her dog.
I didn't birth him though.
Her boy dog.
My boy dog.
People don't think you got a kid.
I said, well, in the first episode, I said I have a 4-legged son.
Oh, that's right.
I didn't birth him though.
All right. So yeah, that's our highs and our lows. What's the topic today? What are we talking about?
Well, we're talking about the fact that my parents came in town today, and I got a lot of heat because I don't have a television in my apartment.
No TV.
I don't understand it. World, tell me how that's okay. For me, I pay rent in my apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And people come over and they're like, you don't have a TV? What is your guest supposed to do? And all this. And I'm like, I live in solitude. I love it. You come to my apartment and you have peace of mind. We get to be in the moment. We get to talk, play music, light candles.
Light candles.
I really came at me about this television.
Well, I didn't come at you. I was just trying
conversation.
I was just trying to tell you how it's kind of selfish that you don't have one.
That was the word. How is that selfish?
I'll break it down for you, for our listeners and our viewers. When you have a TV, I understand that you don't want a TV. I understand that. I don't agree with it, but I understand it. But your guests, people that you love, your mother, your father, they enjoy television. They want to watch TV. It's a very normal thing for people to watch TV. Extremely normal. Okay? So them wanting a TV, it's kind of putting a damper on their little trip, on their visit with you. You're supposed to show some, hospitality, and part of that is entertaining your guests. And you can't entertain your guests with candles, sweetie. You entertain them with a TV.
The water and little snacks that they wanted to enjoy in my apartment. That's
you feeding them.
Well, that's me making them feel comfortable. This is what they wanted.
By their bellies. But what about their eyes? Also, what I was telling you is, yes, there are, obviously watching too much TV is not good, but it's a good conversation starter. You can start a conversation with them about things. When me and my family would sit down and eat dinner, we would have the TV on most of the time. Sometimes my mom would be like, turn it off. But we would have the TV on most of the time, and we would talk way more than we even watch TV because it started a conversation. We would have on some HGTV show, and then we talk about homes, or we'd have on some comedy show, and then we'll talk about actors or other things other projects that they did or whatever. It's a good conversation piece, and it would be a great conversation piece for your family.
But we create our own conversations.
All right.
For the times that we, are just sitting on the couch and they're on their phone or whatever. But for the most part, I don't know. I don't think that is selfish at all. I feel like that's a terrible word. Terrible word.
I just made an argument for why it is selfish.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, you are very heavy into TV and movies and your family and my family, but not me. I used to have a television years ago, but it's just a distraction to me. I feel like there's just so much other things you can do than just sit on a couch and watch TV for hours.
But that's the thing that I don't understand about you. You sit on the couch and you watch things that would be on a TV on your phone for hours. So I don't understand why you can't just have a TV.
I don't know.
That's why it doesn't make sense.
Well, I'm not sitting on YouTube for hours on my couch.
Yeah, but you watch Billions.
Well, okay. I started that because I met you.
Okay.
Brandon is slowly trying to pull me back into my old ways of being on TV.
Of enjoying your life.
I enjoy my life in other ways. You are heavy in the movies and all kind of TV shows. And yeah, shout out to Billions. I don't know why y'all stopped the season midway. Oh. Can you believe that?
For those of you who watch Billions.
Terrible.
It's an amazing show on Showtime. And they had a mid-season finale, which they've never did before. A lot of shows do that, but it's the mid-season finale.
And they just stopped it.
And they just stopped.
I know
and that. From the information that I gathered, they stopped it because, Corona, and they can't shoot the next season. What is the next season? Season 6 will be the next one. 5 now. Yeah. So they can't shoot season 6. So they held shooting it. So they held showing season 5 because I'm assuming what they're trying to do is they're trying to air it when they start shooting the next season so that there's not a big gap between the end of the season and the beginning of the new season.
Yeah.
So I see why they're doing it. It's just like, it started to get, because I'm not gonna lie, the first couple episodes of this season were a little slower, and then it started to pick up heavy, and then they were like, all right,
stopped. Right. Y'all hype? All right.
Yeah.
Enough.
See you later on. That's the annoying thing. But
you got me into watching Billions.
But you watched, before me, you watched, what's that show with Gabby Union?
Well, I watched Dateline.
I didn't get to Dateline, but what's the show with Gabby Union?
I'm trying to think.
What's the show on BET, y'all, with Gabby Union?
Well, it's not out now, but
yeah, I think it's done. They did a movie too.
Well, no, the movie was just like the very first episode. It was just 2 hours. It wasn't a movie.
What
was it
called? I didn't know that.
Dang.
So that's why we have the iPad here.
I'm looking right at the name. It's a name. Did you key in TV?
Yeah, but
it's the Gabrielle Union BET show.
Yeah, I know.
Being Mary Jane. There we go.
There it is. I found it, y'all.
I watched that, but that was different.
How was that different?
I'm gonna tell you. I was watching that back when I was watching TV, and it was on TV. But they came out like they would have a show
sporadically.
Yeah, sporadically, like every other year. It was dumb. But
when I met you, you were watching that though.
Well, the last season came out when I met you.
There you go. So
that
Billions
and Dateline, and that's it.
The Gabrielle Union show, Being Mary Jane.
That's it. That was all the things. And then when I met you, I got into Billions. I got into
House Hunters.
That other one on HBO.
Oh, Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, and all that stuff. So you're trying to bring me back into this.
But there's nothing wrong. You enjoy those things.
Okay,
Me and you, when we sit down and we eat and we watch House Hunters, we thoroughly enjoy it. And it sparks up so much conversation.
Yeah. But I'm okay with dipping over here to your apartment and watching a TV show. Or if you come over to my apartment, then you bring your iPad. Here's a very big iPad screen, y'all.
I got the iPad Plus.
So it's just like,
iPad
okay,
Pro,
I dip into that, but I didn't want a TV in my apartment anymore. I like to read or create and do other things. I'm not saying anything is wrong with it to a certain extent.
You were saying things are wrong with it. Here's what I proposed to her.
Some people do watch it way too much.
Yeah, I agree.
And they're doing nothing else with their life.
I'm not even that person.
No, you're not.
I'm heavy into TV, but I don't turn the TV on until, what's my time? 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock?
2 o'clock.
My TV does not come on until after 2 o'clock. It just doesn't.
And that's
just because.
Like if you eat around that time, you might turn it on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But that's just because, I don't know. I feel like it's weird to have the TV on in the morning.
Yeah, I don't know why you feel that way.
How people that drink alcohol, you know how it's like a bad thing that you drink alcohol before 12 o'clock? It's like, ooh, you're an alcoholic. You drink alcohol before 12. That's how I am with TV. It's like, oh, you really like TV if you're watching TV at 9 a.m.
Wow.
I don't know. It's just in my head. It's just a weird thing I do in my head. But I don't turn the TV on until after 2 o'clock. And that's when I'll watch my shows. Now, once it's on, it'd be on. But that's when I watch my stuff. What I was proposing to you was you get a TV and you just stow it away somewhere and only take it out when people are there, when people want to watch it. Or when you want to watch it.
Why do I have to drop $400 on a TV for somebody else?
It's not $400. 2020. This TV's is way cheaper. And you would watch it. I know you would watch it.
Okay. I feel like if I get the TV and I have it on the wall, then I'm like, oh, you don't have to turn it on. It's kind of like it's right there. Now I'm going to slowly get back into watching television. Now I'm not going to read as much. Now I'm not going to do as much because I feel now, even though it is self-control, but it's still like, here it is.
Nuh-uh. My TV, there it is. It's right there. And it'll be on.
Your TV's on every day. Come on.
Yeah, every day it's on, but I'm just saying, just don't turn it on if you don't want to watch TV. Plus, you're not even home. You're out handling business during most of your day, so you won't even be there to watch TV. I was just saying it would be great.
Yeah.
The reason why I said this is because when I came over her house, her father answered the door, and I greeted her father, greeted her mom. We sat down and talked. She wasn't there because she was walking Diego. Mm-hmm. She was walking the dog, and I was talking to her parents, and we were chopping it up about different things, catching up, and they looked at me like, this is so tough being here. I'm like, what's wrong? You don't like the new apartment? Your dad was like, yeah, it's nice, but, what are we going to do here? It's nothing to do. Because they don't have anything to watch. And your mom, your mom, she was really like,
loves TV.
ah.
They don't love me. None of y'all love me.
Oh, my gosh. The drama.
Y'all.
So I don't know.
Well, now we done redecorated the apartment to fit this new TV that I now have to have.
You're low key excited to get the TV. Don't even front. I know you are. I know you're low key excited.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes if I'm watching a YouTube video of some sort or whatever, I'm like, it'd be a little better if it was on a bigger screen.
Yeah, you'll be watching a video squinting your eyes.
iPad. Don't squint my eyes. Don't play me. I could have a bigger iPad. That'd be good.
You don't even. Oh, that's another thing. You don't even use your iPad to watch things.
Well, the iPad was for business, but then
but it can be for business and for pleasure. My iPad is for business and for pleasure. I don't know. It's the benefit in living in the modern day age. You have these electronic devices that can be used, over countless amounts of different things for your business, for entertainment, for productivity.
Stuff is just not my thing. So same thing with social media. I'm just like,
oh yeah. If you guys watched, for the listeners out there, you can watch our podcast on YouTube at youtube.com/canwegettaminute, and on there you'll the first video, our first post on the description, you'll see that I put my social media handles, and Brittany does not have social media, so she can't put her social media handles.
My website's on there.
Her website's on there for her business. My website's on there as well. Heath Film Photo. Go check me out. But she doesn't have social media. So why don't you have social media?
Well, I believe, same thing kind of like TV, people spend way too much time on it. They spend way too much. So when I had social media, I had the Facebook and the Instagram, and I got rid of Facebook. I really wasn't like a big fan of Facebook, honestly, but I got rid of that way before I got rid of Instagram. But like Instagram is cool, but you can literally be lost in it, and you can be on the couch for 4 hours. That is people's reality every day. Yeah. I've looked up and I'm like, 2 hours of just going like this and commenting or double liking, and then you're like, what am I doing in my life? And then you feel those lows of how social media has you on like a low, where you feel like you're just not doing anything with your life, or you're comparing yourself to others, and you're just feeling like, what the heck am I doing? I know a lot of people in my life who take a social media fast, because I've done research on what it does to your brain of just social, or just really just being on the smartphone period, but more so the actual the Instagram, when people post a picture. I see you do it too. People might post a picture and then they're like constantly looking at it. Oh, I gotta it's just like a constant thing where it does something, it triggers your mind, and to make you think like you have to have something right now, or you get that instant gratification or whatever, even though a lot of people don't want to admit it. But it happens, you know what I mean? And so over time, I would go on a fast, and then over time, I'm just like, I don't want this life. I don't want to get to heaven, and God say, you spent all that time on a phone. You could have been doing all this, whatever. And that's just how I feel. And it was very hard to control. I would say, I'm going to spend 10 minutes on. I would put a timer on. Like, people do this because it's like they want it, but they don't want like the negative effects behind it. You know what I mean? Granted, it's kind of like a hammer. I don't want to get too deep, but it's like a hammer. It's
she about to get deep, yo.
But it's like a hammer can be used to harm somebody. It can also be used to build a house. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, how are you using it? But you have to have self-control to not harm somebody with the hammer. You know what I mean? So you have people on social media who use it for, I feel like at first it was created to just be a place to post pictures, but then it, over time turned into like networking and business and ads and all that, whatever. So there are people who use it for the beneficial aspect of like business, but then you got some people who ain't doing a thing but posting a selfie, whatever, and it just, I don't know, and that's just how I feel. And then as you get older, as I get older, and people's heads are just down on their phone. They're just down. It's like, look up at the day. Look at, like, enjoy life. And I just feel like most people are just on their phone constantly. Granted, I know you'll say, oh, I'm on my phone a lot because of business or whatever. I'm just responding to people. Even though you still feel like it's no different. However, I am doing something. You do say that. I am doing something where I'm like, okay, they have a question, let me answer it. Then, like, that's it. Some people are just doing, there's no purpose in what they're doing on social media. A lot of people. That's just my rant, y'all. I'm sorry. But same thing I have feel with the TV. I'm like, you spend hours on it and you're not doing anything. I just feel like I grew up and I'm like, I want purpose. I want to have a purposeful life and have everything be for a reason.
Okay, my first thing to that is YouTube.
I think YouTube is not social media.
YouTube is social media. I don't know why you don't think YouTube is social media. It's built like all the other social media platforms. It's built the same exact way.
You know why? Because, and I don't know if you agree with this, but the difference between Instagram and YouTube to me is I can control what I want to watch on YouTube. I can stop it or I can just go right to a video. Instagram, you don't know what they posting. You don't know, like, you just have to be there to just view every single pic on your timeline or whatever. You can't control that. I can say, oh, I want to learn about the benefits of, I don't know, natural hair color. I can go right to that video, play it, and that's it.
It's the same thing with Instagram. That's why they're both set up the same. When you first log on to YouTube, the first thing that pops up is your quote-unquote news feed. It's a bunch of videos that people just posted of subscribers, a bunch of videos that people that you subscribe to just posted, and it's also a bunch of recommendations. Same exact thing with Instagram, okay? And then you click on your subscribers and you click on their posts, their YouTube videos, and you see what they got going on. Same thing on Instagram. They're both the same. If you go on YouTube and you start flipping through that first page, it keeps going. It does not stop. You know that, right? Yeah. It just goes and go, just like Instagram. And some people like me, I'll flip through that page and see something that interests me. Oh, that's interesting, and I'll click it and I'll watch that video. It's like you clicking and looking at someone's photo, or you clicking and watching someone's IGTV video. It's the same exact thing. I would just pull up an article, top 21 social media sites to consider for your brand. Number 1 is Facebook. Number 2 is YouTube. YouTube is the biggest social media out there. It's the same exact thing. I go through my Instagram and people post, some girls are posting half naked pictures. You go through YouTube and some girls are posting half naked videos. I also go in there and I see some really funny stuff on Instagram. I go on YouTube and I see some of the funniest stuff on YouTube. It's the same exact thing.
But I feel like the difference, like when I was on Instagram, I'm interacting with people. I don't interact with people on YouTube. I'm just watching the video.
You don't read comments? Don't you like comments?
Okay, I read comments, but I mean, like,
you don't post comments.
Sometimes if I'm logged in, I will.
That's you reacting.
Yeah, but I'm not like engaging in. I don't know. Y'all all may disagree with me, but I don't look at YouTube the same. I just don't like on Instagram we're DMing and we're saying, hey, how you doing or whatever, or having a funny thread on a picture, on a comment. We're back and forth. Like,
same thing on YouTube. There's a whole community of people that post on people's videos and they go back and forth. They like each other's posts. They comment on each other's posts. Then the person that created it comments on their comment. Then there's a whole argument. I'm telling you, the YouTube comments, the YouTube reviews, it be lit.
Well, I tell you that.
No, they do.
It's pure comedy in the comment section.
All
for
right,
YouTube.
it's the same thing. So
anyway,
in that regard, Brittany actually loves social media because she has a very successful social media account on YouTube. And you watch a lot of YouTube videos. So you're very heavy on social media. But referring to Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, referring to those social media platforms.
Those other ones, right?
Those other ones you don't like. And everything you said, I totally agree with you. My only thing is it's a couple things. It's self-control.
Yeah, that's a lot of it.
And the second thing is knowing that that's not real. I think a lot of people get lost in that. And they just go, oh, my God, this person's life is amazing. Like I told you, some people have told me, like, oh my God, your life is so lit. Oh my God, you travel, you do all this stuff. And I'm like, like, I'm blessed. Don't get me wrong. I
They
am
don't
300% blessed.
They
But
don't
they
see
just
the back
don't see
part.
the things that I go
Yeah.
through. Like, you know what I
Yeah,
go through.
I know,
Things
yeah.
that I go through in the back, or, things
Yeah.
that I've done that I shouldn't have did. You know what I mean? Or things that I did that was beneficial. They just don't see those
Yeah.
things because you don't post those things.
Correct. Yep.
Like, I don't
You post
post.
the highlights of
Hey,
your
I just
life.
quit my job. You know what I mean? I don't post
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I just post, look, I'm spending more time with my camera.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
You post things like that.
Yeah.
So they don't see that. And they need to realize that that's not how it is. Like, I see my friends' stuff, and some of my friends is lit. They're doing crazy, amazing things. And I'm like, wow, that's dope. They're doing great stuff. We still don't know what's going on behind closed doors.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
I think once people realize that, they won't take it so serious. So, and also, putting a break to it, like I told you about my social media, my social media is for business. I will post personal stuff on my social media, but the personal stuff that I post is because it has to do with my business, or it has to do with what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I use social media. And I used to take breaks. I was that person that would take week-long breaks. I used to go week on Instagram. It was mainly Instagram and Facebook. I would go week on Instagram and Facebook, week off, week on, week off. But I noticed every time I got back from that week, I missed DMs from potential clients. And I'm like, I cannot do that now. Like, I have to get all the coins that I can gather up, I have to get. So I stay on it. And also, it depends on what you use it for as well.
Yeah.
I used to follow some accounts I should not be following, some young ladies, some very attractive young ladies. And that wasn't good for my eyes to see constantly.
Yeah.
So I got rid of all those accounts.
Yeah.
And I kind of replaced them with religious accounts.
Yeah.
Or replaced them with like comedy stuff.
Or like more photography people.
That too, more photography. I've always followed a lot of photography stuff though, but I replaced it with more religious and comedy accounts because I am that person that before I go to bed, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, but I'm on there because it's hilarious. I see things on there that bring me joy. I just think it's so funny, and I go to sleep in a great mood. Or after I get in an argument with someone or something, I can get on TikTok or I can get on Instagram, and it just especially TikTok, it just lightens my mood. I'm like, I'm dying laughing. Next thing you know, a few hours went by, and I go, okay, it's time to stop now.
Right.
And I put the phone down, and I'm like, I feel much better. You know what I mean? So it really depends on how you use it. If it's a detriment, then you need to go off.
Yeah.
Whenever I talk about social media, I have to talk about this social media bullying, this concept. I hate that.
Talk about it because I don't know nothing about it.
Okay, so there's a thing out there. People would say I'm not sensitive for this, but there's a thing out there where young kids, they're really wrapped up in this.
Yeah.
And they would do harm to themselves or threaten to kill themselves or kill themselves because they have something on Instagram or something that was funny, and it started going viral in their little community, or it started going viral globally of something that they did. And now people are teasing them in the comments and getting on them, and they are just depressed and sad, and they go, what is life? And they kill themselves. I think that's the most ridiculous thing ever.
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong? Like, why are you? It just goes back to parenting.
Yeah.
It goes back to your beliefs. It
Or
goes
even like explaining what social media is.
Yeah, it just goes back to what. And what I don't understand is you can just turn it off.
Yeah.
You can turn it off. Whenever I tell people that, they're like, no, that's more difficult. Why is that difficult?
Yeah.
Let me tell you one little story. I have an older sister that's pretty popular on social media. She has a pretty popular Twitter and an even more popular Instagram account.
She on Twitter? Wow.
Yeah. And she tweeted, this was a few years ago, she tweeted, was it the BET Awards? It was either the BET Awards, like the VMAs or the Grammys, one of those things. She tweeted about Chance the Rapper, because Chance the Rapper got up there, and you know how he dresses. He always has on like a hat and like overall type. Yeah. He's really a really laid back type of vibe. And she tweeted, Chance the Rapper out here looking like a mailman or something along those lines. And it started to gain traction and go viral.
Yeah.
Because everyone knows, the Shade Room. The Shade Room posted it on their Twitter and on their Instagram. They posted it, and that just gained even more traction. Yeah. So it's getting all these views, all these comments, all these likes, dislikes, whatever social media you're on. And a bunch of people started to DM my sister threats. Wow. Like, why would you talk about Chance the Rapper like that? You're whatever, calling her names, threatening her. So what my sister did is she looked at her phone. She saw that it went viral. Oh, that's cool. I'm going viral. My likes are going up. My follows are going up. Oh, people are threatening my life. Deactivate. And she put her phone down. She deactivated it. She put her phone down. She didn't think about killing herself. She didn't think about crying. She told us when it was all over, by the way. You know what I mean? And then she moved on with her life. Not even a week later. No one's even thinking about what she said. No one cares anymore. They moved on to the next thing. Right. And she got right back on Instagram and Twitter doing her thing. Like nothing ever happened. Why can't other people adopt this method?
Well,
it's that easy.
Older though. But the younger people who are taking their lives, those are the ones who are still in middle school and high school.
Vulnerable,
vulnerable, whose parents aren't doing anything with them. I don't like that. Especially when I have kids. My kids not going to have no cell phone until they 8th, 9th grade, all that social media. They don't need to be on that. I want to get back to regular life before social media.
We can't. No, first of all, social media, it's cell phones. Social media has been around ever since I was in elementary school.
Well,
it's been around and it's been popular. It's the cell phone that turned it into like an addiction. I remember when I was...
I'm sorry. It's the smart cell phone, because the cell phone back in the day was just talking and texting.
Well, yeah. No, you're right.
That's all we need.
It's the smartphone.
That's all we need.
That's not all you use yours for.
What do you mean? I'm saying
you use yours for a bunch of other things, though.
Okay, I know, but I'm saying, like, if you take out all those interactive
all the other
apps
stuff
and all that, we don't need that.
Yeah, but a long time ago, back in the day when MySpace was popping, I'm that old. When MySpace was huge, you didn't have MySpace on your phone. MySpace was on the computer, and you didn't access that until you got home. So I remember I would wake up, go to school, come home, and get on MySpace. Like, that was like the thing. So in school, I wasn't on MySpace. I wasn't even thinking about MySpace. I'm in school. I'm like, I can't even do MySpace. You know, the school computers blocked all that stuff. You know what I mean? So I wasn't even on that. I was thinking about school stuff, girls or homework or basketball, whatever. And then I got home and I'm like, MySpace. And now I'm, who's in my top 5 or posting music and different things like that, coding.
I couldn't wait to get home to see what some guy responded to me with.
Yeah. Gotta say some guy, huh?
I was thinking about it, though, at times in school. I couldn't wait to get home.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's the thing that now MySpace, our version of MySpace, is in our pockets, in our hands constantly. So now we're on it constantly.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, it has benefits. It has downfalls. The things that we see some of the pitfalls of it, but we also, social media is relatively young. Mainstream social media on our phones and our pockets is still very young. So we don't know the long-term effects of it just yet. We definitely see some quick effects. Yeah, definitely.
I wouldn't say it's very young.
No, it is. Social media, I'm telling you, social media on
the phone.
On a phone. Yeah, it's like a teenager right now. As far as how many years it's been out. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think, mid-2000s, iPhones were out. But it wasn't, the only social media on there was
Facebook.
YouTube. Was YouTube.
But we still have Facebook.
But Facebook wasn't in an application form for a phone just yet. I'm talking about the early and the mid 2000s. It just wasn't what it was yet. You know what I mean? It was really, we were on MySpace. You know what I mean? It was MySpace on the computer. It was Facebook on the computer starting off around that time. And it wasn't until I got to, not even when I got to high school, late high school, like when I was a junior and a senior, that's when Instagrams and all that stuff that could be in your pocket was like big.
Instagram came out in high school?
No, it didn't come out. I was actually on it early. I'm going to toot my own horn here, but I was on Instagram very early when it first came out. But it wasn't
in high school.
Instagram was in high school.
No.
It was. In my mid high school. I'll look it up. But in my towards my junior and my senior year.
You only graduated a year after I did.
Yeah, I graduated in 2009.
Instagram came out. No.
It's a difference between when it came out and when it was big. You're talking about when it was big.
You had an Instagram in high
Yes.
school.
Yes.
I don't know about that.
Instagram was huge. Well, Instagram wasn't huge. Look when Instagram came out.
Right.
I wasn't in high school, but
Like I just said.
I was close though. I was close.
And
It came
even
out in
nobody
2010.
really knew about it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, this is how young. Okay, look at Instagram then. How old is Instagram right now?
10 years.
10 years old. It's very young. We don't know long-term effects of Instagram yet. It's only been out for 10 years.
Well, the quick effects are terrible.
And they're great. And they're awesome. You have a lot of people that are coming to the Lord from Instagram. Where a lot of people that are telling their testimonials and telling the good things and bad things, but also good things about what God's done for them, about, you know, how to be in successful relationships, about how to build successful businesses. People has literally built their business model off of Instagram. You got influencers out there, you know what I mean? People growing on
Influence
Instagram.
is not a thing. I hate that.
Influencers, yeah, that's the thing. What do you mean?
It's just dumb. I'm a
Some people make their money off that.
You're
Some people literally make
influencing
all their
nothing.
money off of that.
Lying.
They are influencing. They're influencing their audience to purchase products. For our listeners out there, y'all got to watch the video of this. She's making this stank face.
I don't know.
With the help of the Lord, one day we'll be an influencer. That's how they make their money. They're influencers.
I don't know.
Oh my
I
gosh.
don't know.
So yeah, so that's all I'm saying. There's
But there are
positives
positives
and there
negatives.
are a lot of negatives.
Like it is with anything in life.
Exactly.
But I just prefer to have my head up in life
How did me and you meet?
on an app.
On what? And what is Tinder?
Well, you would call that social media?
Yes.
Oh, my God. Oh,
Tinder is social media.
I would just say a dating app, but I guess.
It's social. Didn't mean you start talking on there?
I guess.
So it's social. And it's media.
Too much.
It's
man.
pictures and videos on your phone.
Handle. I don't know. I guess there's different levels to it.
Yeah,
but-
there's different levels.
And who knows? I might grow back into it one day. I might have a different perspective on it.
Can we get a minute Instagram possibly?
Maybe.
Possibly.
I don't know if I'll be the one monitoring it, though.
No, you definitely will be. Okay, then you edit everything.
All right. One day. We'll see how it goes. But,
Thank you, everyone, for listening. We can wrap it up, right?
yeah,
I guess.
we're good.
I should have asked you first before I said that.
No, we're good.
Thank you, everyone,
Thank
for
you.
listening to episode 2 of Can We Get a Minute? Like I said, we are on YouTube. Our full episodes are on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And we have podcasts on Spotify right now. And we're coming to other platforms. And as we come to other platforms, I will inform you.
Mm-hmm. That was good.
So thank you for listening. I am Brandon.
I am Brittany.
And thank you. That was bad. We should redo that. How do I close off?
That
I
was
don't
it. Thank you. I'm Brittany.
Goodbye.
That's it.